Today's video, I want to take you guys through the rumblings of a pretty huge remake being in the works, and the fact of the matter is it could be coming out very, very soon if a Guatemalan retailer listing is to be believed. A Prince of Persia remake for PlayStation 4 and Switch with a November release window. We'll talk that in just a little bit. New Batman game teaser website seemingly confirms Batman Gotham Knights title, playable Bat Family, and Quantum Error PlayStation 5 gameplay preview is coming next week at Future Game Showcase. That'll be pretty exciting. But first of all, Guatemalan retailer lists Prince of Persia remake for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Bloomberg video game reporter Jason Schreier also retweeted the leak with the comment, video game retailers sure love leaking Ubisoft's surprise announcement suggesting that the remake is real. Schreier has accurately detailed information on Ubisoft's titles in the past. When a user tweeted, "I don't believe it's true," Schreier responded, "This tweet won't age well. Given that it is a Ubisoft game, the expectation is probably that it'll be on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, maybe an outside shot of PlayStation 5 and Series X. However, the fact of the matter is it's also coming on Nintendo Switch, so you would think that it would probably be relegated to previous generation platforms. Might be wrong on that. Based on the logo of the game and the image that has been circulating and just the title of Prince of Persia Remake, I am thinking this is Prince of Persia 2008. I might be entirely wrong on that. The logo really doesn't tell us much, but just because it's dubbed Prince of Persia Remake, I would think it's the 2008 game, or it might be a ground-up remake altogether and it's Prince of Persia back in a new form. I don't really see that being realistic just because it's being released on the Nintendo Switch as well. POP 2008 makes a lot of sense, and I love that game, so I would be very excited to see that game having a remake. And that's a game that at this point it's kind of gone to the wayside. I believe originally it wasn't even intended to be a Prince of Persia game, but then they kind of adopted that moniker onto it. But it was a great game. It was an easy game where like you literally could never die, but the visuals were awesome. The art style was fantastic. The story was pretty good, and I thought the combat was pretty good as well. So if we get that on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, I'd be a pretty happy camper with that, all things considered. Alright, moving on from that, new Batman game teaser website seemingly confirms Gotham Knights title and playable Bat Family. Warner Brothers Montreal recently launched a teaser website for the soon-to-be-announced new Batman game, and bear in mind, Montreal is the studio that also worked on Batman Arkham Origins, so not the mainline Arkham games, but I don't think Arkham Origins was terrible by any means, but probably not to the quality standard that the other Arkham games had set, and some dedicated users made some interesting discoveries from the website that confirm some of the rumors that have been circulating on the game these past few months. Specifically, Reddit user Chase5 recently discovered all the codes on the new Batman teaser website, which is meant to continue teasing the game up until August 22nd when the game is finally getting revealed at the DC Fandom event. Day 1, 818, 761, Day 2, 819, 941, Day 3, 820, 364, Day 4, 821, 995. One of the things I do is web development. Getting around some stuff was easy. The future codes was a manual process. Trying to see what else I can get. I can see all the success messages, but nothing worth noting. There is a teaser 01 video and a teaser and a trailer 01 video, I should say. Batman Arkham Videos discovered that these codes are actually the EAN number for the Detective Comics issue 395, where Batgirl made her debut. The cover, which also features Batman and Robin, is very similar to Batman Gotham Knights 43, so that seemingly puts some fuel to the fire about the Gotham Knights title and moniker. It looks like Gotham Knights will feature the Bat Family in some capacity. The fact that the codes point to Batgirl's debut is rather interesting, as it may hint that she could be a main character in the story, and I'd be down for that. Adding some interesting elements to Batman. Obviously, this is going to be different than Batman Arkham and a new line of Batman games. The idea of the Court of Owls and everything I've heard about that, like, I don't follow comics that closely, but what I've been told and what I've gathered up, just being a casual comic follower, it sounds like this is something that could be really, really great. I know some people are inherently skeptical just because it is Warner Brothers Montreal and not Rocksteady. Rocksteady, the studio that made the main 3 Arkham games, and they are now working on a Suicide Squad game, which that could be really cool. But I think Warner Brothers Montreal can deliver something of quality. We'll ultimately see how that turns out. I do hope that this game is released later this year, but it could very well be a 2021 title. We'll probably get a lot of clarity come August 22nd. So hopefully, crossing my fingers, it's a fall title, because right now the fall honestly looks a little bit quiet, all things considered, but I think that's because a lot of developers and publisher have a lot of cards under their sleeves. We still don't know about the Mass Effect trilogy, and that's probably going to be a fall release. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, Prince of Persia, and of course there is stuff like, the next-gen consoles, Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. There's gonna be a lot of stuff this fall, but just in terms of quantity, it isn't quite there comparatively speaking to other falls, at least in my opinion. Lastly, I do want to know that Quantum Error PlayStation 5 gameplay preview is coming next week at Future Game Show. Quantum Error noted on Twitter, August 28th, see the first preview of gameplay for Quantum Error at the Future Game Show at Games Radar. Now, Quantum Error was a game that was confirmed to be running at 4K, 65 to 70 FPS, even in an unoptimized form on the PlayStation 5, so that's pretty cool to see. And this is actually one of those games that is a PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 title, but interestingly enough, it's being developed for the PlayStation 5, and then it's going to be downscaled to the PlayStation 4, so it'll probably be an optimal PlayStation 5 release, so that's pretty cool to note as well. The game has also been pushed back from its original 2020 date and will now seemingly release in 2021. Seems like that's been a pretty regular pattern. Honestly, if a game these days has the tagline of 2020, I am going to keep it a very, very, speculative, just because I could see a delay happening at any moment. Look, I'm not even convinced that Cyberpunk is going to come out this year, and yes, I would be kind of, obliterated if Cyberpunk doesn't come out this year, but I'm, kind of emotionally prepared for it, so I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world, and I'll handle it a bit better. Obviously, I'm still hoping that it comes out this year. The date is still this year, but that's just how it is in 2020, and I really don't hold anything against the developers in this situation. It's an unprecedented time in the world we're living in, so if you gotta delay a game, absolutely go ahead, delay a game. But Quantum Error, as far as that's concerned, we will be seeing a little bit more of that Friday, August the 28th. But that's going to conclude this video. Again, if a Guatemalan retailer listing is to be believed, Prince of Persia Remake will be coming to PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, probably Xbox One as well. We'll see about a PS5 and Series X release. I would imagine not, but who knows. New Batman Gotham teaser website seemingly confirms Gotham Knights title and playable Bat family, and Quantum Error getting a little bit of a gameplay update come the Future Game Show on August 28th. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.